This episode is brought to you by Cologuard. Do you know what's really scary? Not screening for colon cancer when you turn 45. The Cologuard test is non-invasive, requires no special prep or time off work, and ships right to your door. In just 3 simple steps, Cologuard takes the scare out of colon cancer screening. If you're 45 or older and at average risk, ask your healthcare provider about the Cologuard test. Cologuard is available by prescription only. Learn more or request a prescription today at Cologuard.com/screen.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
My next guest is actually an entertainment guy, too, a very, very good one at that, but now he's decided to take his act to the Senate, where we are endorsing him in a very, very big way. As I said, you listen to me often enough, and a lot of you do, for many, many years. It didn't start this morning, my Cory Booker bashing. I think that moron is still talking. Remember last year when he spoke in Congress for like 26 straight hours? No one knows what he said. He just kept talking. And he's one of the worst when it comes to some of the big issues as a Republican in this country that have me hating Democrats every day. So when I heard that Alex Zdan is running against him and wanted to come into these studios, I was like, damn right he's coming in. So with that said, here he is, a very handsome newsman himself, Alex Zdan. Alex, good morning. How are you?
Sid, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate this.
It's great to have you here. What made you come to this decision, besides the obvious, which is Cory Booker is a complete douchebag? Why did you come to this decision to run for office in the state of New Jersey?
So I was a reporter during COVID, during the pandemic, questioning Governor Murphy more aggressively than any other reporter in my state. And I recognized the consequences of the Democrat takeover in New Jersey. And when I got out of News 12, I decided to do something. And that something was contribute in the political arena. Cory Booker is all about himself. Cory Booker is running for president, and I'm running for the people of New Jersey.
That's so silly. He's running for president.
It is. He's going to try.
I know. You're running for the people. And you mentioned the fact during COVID, and you're a guy that is connected to MAHA, the great MAHA movement,
Absolutely.
Robert Kennedy. I had Dr. Oz in these studios about 2 weeks ago. He was right here. And, I've got friends who are out there every day pushing for the MAHA, obviously, and parental rights and all those things. Victoria Capish, one of our good friends, mutual friends who helped make this happen. And others, Mary Holland has been on the show, a guy named Michael Caine, Aaron Siri. You know all these names. These are all really powerful players in what I believe is a very, very important topic, which is parental rights and the MAHA movement, making America healthy again. We eat a lot of garbage in this country, a lot.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see Mike Tyson hop on board as well. Yeah. Mike at the Super Bowl did a terrific job, but that is something that is also near and dear to you, which is great for me because I believe it's very, very important.
Yeah, it's vitally important. The MAHA movement is not just about what we eat. It's not just about the crops that we grow or about the land that we have. It's about giving individuals trust. It's granting them trust. Republicans don't often enough express that we are the party of trust and respect. We trust you to make a decision about your health. We trust you to decide what to put in your body, unlike the Democrats who want to mandate absolutely everything. That's the cornerstone of the MAHA movement, trust and respect, and that's the Republican Party too.
Right, less government. And not just trusting you, but how about trusting mommy and daddy?
Yeah.
I mean, my kids are older now. My son, God bless him, Gaby, he's 17. Ava's going to be 22 next week. But, when they were kids, it'd be nice if it was up to you what vaccines to put in these kids' bodies. I happened to go the vaccine route, but I didn't know as much then as I know now. My wife, thank God, a little smarter, stopped Gabe getting the rotavirus shot. But on a serious note, that should be up to mom and dad, not to local officials or state or federal government.
And look at what things have been going on with the curriculum that we have now, especially in New Jersey. So I don't have kids. I was a reporter. I was looking at these parents' rights demonstrations that were happening during the whole COVID time. And at first I was not sure what was going on, but then I actually read Phil Murphy's guidelines for sex ed in New Jersey schools.
Yeah.
They wanted to teach fourth graders about oral sex. That was mandated to be included.
Jeez.
And I said, what's going on here? The average person, when you put that in front of someone, says, no, that's not what they want.
Yeah.
My friend Senator Mike Testa says all the time that if I showed this curriculum to a next door neighbor, they'd be arrested.
100%.
If they showed them to a kid, they'd be put away.
Terrible. And religious freedoms, too, is another one, obviously, that I know you're very, very keen on.
Absolutely. Free exercise of religion. Everyone in this country should feel free to be able to exercise their religion as they see fit. But you saw after the horrific October 7th attacks in this city what happened when Jewish students tried to go to class at Columbia. The brutal, brutal confrontations that we saw happen at Rutgers, too, in New Jersey. Unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
And then you've got this mayor here in New York City. We'll get to Jersey in a second. But this guy hosts Mahmoud Khalil, who was the face of all that. He's the guy that organized all those Columbia riots. Not protests, not rallies, riots, okay?
Pogroms, Sid. Pogrom.
Pogroms, even better. Nicely done, Alex. These kids actually peed and made duty in their pants. True story. They were too afraid to leave their dorm rooms to go to the bathroom because these pro-Hamas animals were waiting outside their doors, all led by Mahmoud Khalil. And the mayor of this city, this reprobate, has the nerve to have that guy at Gracie Mansion on our taxpayer dollars enjoying a lovely dinner with his Jew-hating wife to celebrate Ramadan.
Yeah, because Mamdani is an opponent of what you and I hold dear. Mamdani is an opponent of the free exercise of religion, unless it's his religion.
Right. He loves that.
He loves that.
He'll tell you 10 times a day he's Muslim. Good for him. I have no issue with Muslims.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, I love Muslims. I don't like radical Islam. That's what the mayor is. That's the issue there. Alex Zdan is running in the state of Jersey. So if you mention Israel, you must go to the conflict going on right now.
Sure.
America, Iran. President Trump decided yesterday to put a 5-day pause on bombing their electrical grids. Now, some say he's manipulating the markets. Big day, the stock market yesterday. Oil comes down. All that may be true. He's looking for a way to really end this thing and take back control of the Strait of Hormuz. What are your thoughts overall on this America-Iran conflict? Because I think both sides have legitimate arguments. Me, I'm a President Trump supporter. I buy in. I believe this is America first. I do believe Iran is a threat to America as well as the rest of the world. But there are doubters out there. What do you think?
First of all, look at President Trump's strategy when you look at his foreign policy actions over the course of this second term in office. What's been the end goal? The end goal has been getting to a negotiated settlement, ending a war, getting a deal. So when we look at the president's actions over the past 24 hours, it's clear the end goal here is a negotiated settlement that keeps Iran from getting a nuclear weapon and keeps the peace in the region and makes sure that Israel is not the target of those ballistic missiles from Iran. That's the number one goal here. The president and our brave men and women in the Air Force and in the Navy have completely degraded the Iranian ability to project menace into the region. The reports that I saw over the weekend show that about 77% of Iranian missile capability has been completely taken off the table. We need it to go to 100%. That's what we need. But the best way out of this war is a negotiation, and that's what it seems the president's looking to pursue.
So you are clearly 100% behind the president's efforts.
I'm behind his efforts. I'm behind his efforts to degrade the Iranian military. I'm behind his efforts to degrade the Iranian Navy. I'm behind his efforts to ensure that Iran never gets a nuclear weapon, which, by the way, used to be bipartisan consensus in Washington, D.C.
Of course.
That Iran should never have a nuclear weapon. Now we hear different reports. Were they 2 weeks away? Were they 10 weeks away? They've been 2 weeks away from getting a bomb since 2002. I don't know how far away they were. I don't have the intelligence in front of me. But we can all agree as Americans that the theocratic regime in Iran should never have access to a nuclear weapon.
Right. We waited too long in World War II, and Hitler killed 6 million Jews. So imminent may have been, like you said, a month, 6 months, a year. Who cares? They were building towards something that was going to, at the very least, build a missile to reach America, because we're America first, and certainly try to destroy Israel. How could anybody be okay with that?
Israel is number one on their target list. There's no doubt about it. If the Iranians got a nuclear bomb at noon, at 12:01, there would be a mushroom cloud over Israel.
Of course. But with that said, I do believe that President Trump is pushing all the buttons. There's a lot of people out there that go, no, this is Israel's war, that Bibi Netanyahu is the president of the United States now, and he's making, I know you laugh because it's ridiculous, but there are people that actually believe that. Tucker Carlson, for example, that idiot, he believes that Israel is calling all the shots. It's not America's war, it's Israel's war. Do you believe that?
I've seen the headlines, Trump talked to Netanyahu. You think? He needs to. He should. They're in the neighborhood. You think that it's in the vested interest of Israel and our Gulf partners to know what's going on.
I mean, could you see anybody else making decisions, including Bibi, for President Trump? Can you actually see that? I can't.
I know. You know him better than I do, of course. But I don't think the guy carves his own path, and he goes his own way. So consultation with all of our allies in the region is very important. But let's rewind a little bit. Let's remember, why did Hamas, the Hamas strategists, right, not the individual brutal terrorists, why did they attack Israel on October 7th of 2023? They attacked Israel on October 7th of 2023 because Israel was actually making progress towards peace with the Gulf states, namely Saudi Arabia. Exactly right. And Iran saw their moment to order their proxies in Hamas and Hezbollah to launch attacks into Israel. That's what October 7th, 2023 was about. So, in fact, March of 2026 is a response and a continuation of Iran's war against Israel.
Very smart guy. I love this guy. Alex Zdan, running for Senate against the louse Cory Booker in the state of New Jersey.